What's going on, guys? I'm back. Figured I'd do it on my laptop instead of my phone. What's up, Reese? So I'm going to wait for a few guys to come in here, maybe about 10. I figure I'd go live tonight. Can you guys hear me all right? Let me know if you can hear me. What's up, Cuban? Sounds good. So what I'm going to do is when I have enough people in here, I'm going to just show a card for the 300 Great Baseball Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne. How you doing, Think Blue? That's in this package here. It's my 170th card. I figure, you know, I'm bored. We're all bored. Why not go live, show the card, just get a little chat going, talking to everybody, see what's going on. How's everybody holding up during this fun time? How's it going, guys? So we got like 5 in here. We'll wait a couple minutes. Anything new with you guys? Anything going on? Waiting a little bit longer. Reese, Cuban Collector, Think Blue, 77. I don't know. Do I need my microphone? I don't know. Hey, what's up, John? Vintage Card, Steve. What's going on, man? I'm debating whether I should hook up my microphone or if I should just use what I'm using now, if it sounds all right. So I'm going to be showing a card for this set tonight. 300 Great Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, your channel's great, dude. Everybody check out Vintage Card Steve. Microphone. Check, check. Everybody all right? Check, check. So we got about 10 people in here. What's up, Hunter? How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me all right? How you doing, Steve? I figure I'd come on and show a card tonight for the 300 Great Card set, and it's my 170th card. Instead of doing a video, I figured it's Friday night, go live, show the card, show some other things I picked up in the past week, and get you guys, on your mind on some other things right now, like baseball cards. Right, so I'm just getting my microphone set up here. Hanging in there a couple more minutes. You guys hanging in there all right? So you guys think, hey, what's up, Matt? Think there's going to be a baseball season this year? I'm having serious doubts that there's going to be a baseball. Steve, you think there's going to be a baseball season? I'm hoping, fingers crossed. I'm hoping by, I think a cool date would be 4th of July. You know, what better day to have opening day than America's birthday on 4th of July? And that's being optimistic. Yeah, I can't see baseball happening this year. I'm hoping for it. I don't know, man. I'm really hoping for. I'm jonesing for baseball. I mean, what's cool? I'm watching MLB Network every night, and you know, watching a lot of the old replay games. Like they had this Phillies game on at 79, the 23-22 game against the Cubs. I remember watching that as a kid, coming home from school in 7th grade and watching that. And playing the Bucky Dent game. They're playing some other cool, really cool games. So, I mean, that's cool. I've watched Ken Burns baseball, I don't know how many times. So, I don't know if there's going to be a season this year. I'm hoping for one, but 4th of July opening day would be great. I think that's how symbolic that is. You know, play with no fans. I mean, try something. I mean, we need some sort of entertainment to, baseball keeps our minds off of tragic events. Like when 9/11 happened, you know, baseball was out for about 10 days, I think 2 weeks, and it came back, and we really needed that. So, but you can't even play right now, so it stinks. So I'm hoping for. I think 4th of July would be a great date to have opening day because it's, you know, it's America's birthday and things like that. But I don't know. I really don't know if they're going to have baseball this year at all. You guys think it's going to hurt any of the current players getting to their milestones? Like Miguel Cabrera was close to 500 homers. You know, Albert Pujols is racking up numbers, getting close to 700. You know, and these guys are not young. And I think, you know, missing a full year, that's definitely going to set them back a year. Not that they won't get in the Hall of Fame. They'll still get in the Hall of Fame, Cabrera and Pujols, but I definitely think it's going to, you know, decrease their numbers one full year. Even guys like Trout, you know, he averages almost 40 homers a season. So he's going to lose 40 homers this year off of his numbers. But, you know, and when you think about it, there was a lot of great players back in the past that lost years to like a war. Like Joe DiMaggio lost 3 seasons in the early 40s. Ted Williams played in 2 wars. I mean, you know what kind of numbers Ted Williams should have had if Ted Williams didn't. He missed 3 years for World War II. He missed 2 years for the Korean War. I mean, we're talking like 5 seasons. Willie Mays even missed a season. Bob Feller, Warren Spahn. You know, so these guys losing 1 year, you know, I don't think it'll really kill them that much. It'll hurt, but it's not going to like drastically hurt their numbers. Like it hurt DiMaggio's numbers and Ted Williams' numbers and Willie Mays. Those guys missed multiple years because of 2 wars. So we'll see, you know. I'm somewhat optimistic that there's going to be a season this year. Yeah, Markakis. You know, if you guys follow my channel, I've been on Nick Markakis for about 3 years, and he's got something like close to 2,400 hits, and he's not a young dude. I think he's like 35, and he was definitely on pace to get to 3,000 hits. This sets him back. This definitely hurts him because Markakis is only a one-time All-Star. He never won any awards. He's never been a big power hitter. He needs 3,000 hits to get into the Hall of Fame. If he gets 2,900 hits, he ain't getting in the Hall of Fame. So someone like Markakis, a season like this, that hurts him a lot. But he's not really that old. I mean, I think he's 35 years old. Yeah, Stan Musial could have easily got 4,000 hits. A lot of guys missed years in their early 40s. Ray from Chile. What's going on, Ed? What's going on, man? But there was a lot of players. I'm getting ready, Ed, to show a card for the 300 Great Baseball card set I picked up. It's my 170th card. I figure instead of doing a regular video, go live and have some fun tonight and get our minds off of things and just chill out and talk baseball cards. We all need this just to hang out. So back to Musial, what John was saying, a lot of those guys, I think DiMaggio missed 42, 43, because his last year was the year of the streak in 41. So DiMaggio missed 42, 43, 44, 45. So he missed 4 seasons. And DiMaggio finished with like 360 some homers. He would have had pretty darn close to 500 homers if he wouldn't get to 500. He would have easily got to 500 homers. Williams missed. I think he missed 4 years, and Ted Williams missed 4 years for the World War II, and then he went back to Korea. Musial is very underrated. Yeah, I always say the 2 most underrated players in the history of the game are Frank Robinson and Stan the Man Musial. Not so much that they're underrated, but I just don't think they get the recognition in the legendary status that they should have. I mean, Frank Robinson was, an incredible player, Triple Crown winner, won an MVP in both leagues, could play defense, can run. He was just a ferocious player. He's a great player. Stan Musial, I think Stan Musial is one of the greatest hitters of all time. Stone cold stud, Matt, definitely. And but I'm not sure if Musial missed years to the war. I know he came up. Musial has 36-30 hits, Steve, and Rose is first, Cobb second, Aaron's third. I think Musial's fourth because Hank Aaron's got about 3,700 hits, and Musial I think is fourth. Musial served in 1945. So yeah, there's another year right there. So you figure if you finish with 36-30 hits, easily could have got at least 180 hits for that 1 year. That gets him to about 3,800 hits. It would have definitely moved him up past Hank Aaron and would have finished third. And what's really weird about Musial, he had 36-30 hits, 1,830 hits on the road, 1,815 hits on the road, 1,815 hits at home. Dead even. Same amount of hits on the road, same amount of hits at home. So what's going on, NY Yanks fan? How you doing, buddy? So just 2 quick questions I wanted to ask you guys' opinion. If you think there's going to be a baseball season, number one. I'm having some serious doubts. And the National, do you think the National is going to happen this year in Atlantic City? I'm having serious doubts about that too. And I was really looking forward to going to Atlantic City, which, me being from Philly, is only about an hour and a half ride. I was really looking forward to it. Yeah, I don't think, Steve, I agree, man. Maybe they'll push it back to like September. We got to see where we're at. We got to get through this month first, and then play each month by year, just play by ear and see what happens. Ed, do you think there's going to be a season? I was talking to Michael earlier tonight, and to me, the limit's got to be at least 100 games. If it's, they had a list on MLB Network. They showed that if the season started May 1st, we would have about 130 game season. If it starts June 1st, we'd have about 110, 105. If it gets into July, you could be under 100 games. I think July 4th is the absolute latest I would start it. July 4th is a good day because it's America's birthday. Have opening day on the 4th of July would be cool. But if it gets anywhere past the 4th of July, it's not even worth it, to play like in a 70-game season or something like that. I can't see that happening. I hope so, man, because I'm jonesing for some baseball, playing fantasy baseball and just watching games. Yesterday was supposed to be the Phillies home opener, I think against the Mets or the Braves. I can't remember now. But what's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Yeah, thanks, sports car guy. I figure it's something different. I'm mainly getting ready to show a couple things. There's enough people in here. So you guys want me to show the card now for the 300 set? Let's do that, all right? And then we'll go back to chatting, and then I got some other things to show. What's up, Brian? So here is my 170th card of the set for the 300 Great Baseball Cards of the 20th century by, who's it by, you guys? I'll give you a hint. You guys should know this. I've done so many videos about this. By who? Who's it by? 300 Great Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne. All right, so here it is. It's not a big card. But it is a card from the set. It's a 1992 Topps Traded Nomar Garciaparra, Mike Payne, and a Gem Mint 10. Let me see if I can get this up on the camera here. Seems like there's a little bit of a glare, but not too bad. There's the back. Yeah, Matt. Thanks, man. Here's the back of that. Yeah, you guys remember when he came up, there was 3 shortstops at that time. All came up around the same time. Who were they? Who were the 3 shortstops? One was Garciaparra. Who were the other 2 that came up like a year apart? They were the 3 future stars in Major League Baseball at the time. Yeah, I didn't pay nowhere near that, NY Yanks fan. I think I paid $25 for this in a Gem Mint 10. This isn't the gold. This is just the Topps Traded regular. Yes, Jeter and A-Rod. The 3 shortstops that were up at the same time around the early 90s was Nomar Garciaparra, Derek Jeter, and Alex Rodriguez. There might have been a 4th guy. I can't remember. Maybe Tejada. Yeah, Tejada. Tejada was another guy that people were looking at. But there's the example. My 170th card of the 300 Great Card set. I wish I could show you the excerpt because usually you know what I do. I read the excerpt from the book. Well, I feel like Mr. Rogers reading from the book. This is so weird. Well, let me see if I can find it in here. 92, Garciaparra. Steve Jeltz, no, he wasn't one of the, only 130 more to go. That ain't going to happen. The last video I did was for the Jeff Bagwell. He's in there, the 91 Stadium Club. I don't know why they chose the Stadium Club for Bagwell. He's got the Ultra Update's a better rookie. His Bowman's a better rookie. Why they picked Stadium Club, I don't know. All right, so here's right there. They got the Juan Gonzalez on that page, and autographed Joe DiMaggio, Chipper Jones, 2 Chipper Jones, Pud Rodriguez. There's a Nomar. Let's see what Mr. Payne has to say about it. It says, who would have known other than the United States Olympic team and, of course, Topps, who could have figured that Garciaparra would develop into the dangerous hitter he is today? The only way collectors could get this card was through the Topps Traded box set released later in '92, a set that contained cards of Team USA players from the fall of '98 to spring of '99. This card doubled in value and reached triple figures. Who could have known? Yeah, well, I don't think it's triple that now. But just to show you again, yeah, Ray Ordonez was a stud. And so that is the card for my 170th card of that set. And I need a superior fit sleeve. In case you guys didn't know, perfect fit sleeves is no longer called perfect fit sleeves. I haven't ordered any recently. I think they're called superior. Ed, what's perfect fit sleeves called now? Is it called superior? Supreme or something? Anybody know? I think it's called Superior. Superior Fit Sleeves or something. They had to drop the name Perfect Fit Sleeves. Somebody want to look it up. Yep, Superior. I used to use sleeves from GT bags, but they were so tight they would rip. I read it somewhere a couple weeks ago, but I don't remember why. I think something with the rights to that name. So there's a Superior Fit Sleeve. We all know it's perfect fit sleeve because it fits perfect. So now I'm going to show you, I'm doing a TTM project for a local Philadelphia kind of legend, Bobby Shantz. So I decided, since Bobby Shantz does all of the Philly shows here, and we have 3 Philly shows a year, Bobby Shantz, yeah, Ed's saying in here they changed the name because of legal reasons. I think someone was trying to sue them. That's right. It was definitely something legality-wise. But back to this here, I've been doing a run of all of Bobby Shantz's cards to send through the mail or get him the autograph at the Philly show. He's free, so I figured why not. His rookie card is 1950 Bowman, and his cards go all the way up to 64 tops. So I have 8 of his cards signed so far. He has 17 cards total, and I have 8 of his cards signed so far. I sent 3 cards out to him. Check this out. I sent 3 cards out to him on a Tuesday afternoon late, like 4 o'clock. I put them in the mail. Tuesday. I got them back Thursday. Bobby Shantz is the king of TTM. But here's the 3 cards that he sent back to me. So now I had 8 before these 3. Now I have 11. And the one is the 64 tops card of Bobby Shantz. Nice blue Sharpie. And then I sent him a 60. I'm sorry, that was 63, not 64. 63 tops. Here's the 64 that he sent back, signed. And 62. So there you have it. So let me see if I have the other ones here. Here's the rookie I got signed from him at the Philly show, 50 Bowman. And he has a 51 Bowman that looks exactly like the 50 Bowman, but it's just a little bit of the bigger card. And the 51 Bowman is actually misspelled. And at the last show, I brought the 53 Bowman color to him in person. So with these 3, this gives me a total of 11 cards now signed by Shantz, and he has 17. So 6 more to go, and then once I'm all done, I'm going to get them all slabbed, just authenticated. I'm not getting the cards graded, just getting the cards slabbed just to protect them, things like that. So there was my show and tell. 300 great cards of the 20th century, 170th card Garcia Parra, Gem Mint 10. Trying to get the glare out of the way. And 3 Bobby Shantz cards, autographed, coming back in the mail in like 2 days. Unbelievable. You see some of the questions. Agree, Bench and Morgan are very undervalued, very undervalued. Kevin Mitchell was also big at that time with Cecil. They could have launched. Thanks, Steve. What topic you guys want to talk about right now? My show and tell is over. Unless you want me to show some other Bobby Shantz autograph cards that I got from him. And here was the last card I showed for the 300 set. This was the 91 Stadium Club. No, I don't know where Dave is, dude. He's a doctor. So I'm sure he's a little busy. This was the 169th card I showed a couple days ago and picked up Nomar. Now, I've had these cards before. And last year I had to sell off a few of them, and I'm starting to get them back. But I want to look for the other Shantz cards that I got autographed here, if I can find them. They're buried somewhere. Oh, here they are. Got a ton of them. Here you go, guys. The Payne is back, and it's not Jason. So these were 3 I got at 2 Philly shows ago. This is the 59 tops Bobby Shantz. What about Luis Gonzalez? I actually think Luis Gonzalez has a shot at the Hall of Fame. Here's the 59 tops Bobby Shantz, autographed. The one on the bottom is a facsimile. The one above it is the real one. This is turning into a Bobby Shantz hour. You know, that's a good question. Is cards still going to get released during whatever cards were scheduled to get released in the month of April? I don't know what was scheduled to be released, but, you know, this is a 60 top Shantz that I got autographed at the show. Here is the 59. There you go, autographed. So I'm just rolling right along. Here's the 52 tops. I had them engraved at 52 AL MVP. 56 tops, Shantz. And 54. Nice looking card. And 61. So Mike Schmidt is my all-time favorite player, without a doubt. That's cool, John. I was looking at Luis Gonzalez's numbers about 2 months ago. Him and Steve Finley was another guy I was looking at. And I actually think that, you know, Luis Gonzalez has I'm not saying a definite shot, but he has a decent shot, you know, later on. I mean, he's not on the voters ballot anymore, but he has a decent shot in the Veterans Committee, which would be cool. If he got in, but I think his rookie card is 91. He has a lot of cards in 91. Stadium Club, he's got Bowman, he's got Topps, he's got a Donruss card. I think he even has an Upper Deck card. He's got a lot in 91, and they're pretty affordable. You can get a Gem in 10 in almost any one of those cards, you know, for no more than $20, like $10 to $20 for a Gem in 10. What's up, Gary? Bing Scott, what's going on, man? Did I miss any questions here? I thought I saw a couple questions. Crazy Kev, what's going on, man? Yo, John, here's my cat that looks like yours. Cat driving me crazy. Mickey. I'm walking around below my feet here. So yeah, there's those pickups there. I showed you all the Shantz cards. I got 11 of his 17 cards. Hopefully, you know. What are my thoughts on SGC? Well, they're looking really strong right now. Let me tell you, their service is superior. They're really quick. And if I wasn't in all these PSA set registries, I'd change. I really would. But Goody, there's 17 Bobby Shantz cards, but I would change. I mean, there is only one. The only company I think that comes close to PSA as far as grading is SGC. If you had another company out there, PSA, you know, this company was graded a 10, say Beckett or any other company, PSA would probably be a lot lower. But SGC is the only one that, you know, if PSA graded a card a 10, there's a pretty good chance that SGC is going to have the same grade. They're pretty much identical in grading, but their grading is done quickly. I mean, days. Where if you send a card into PSA, you're waiting months. It's ridiculous. And me and Mike O were talking to SGC guys at the last Philly show, and you know, they even said the same thing. When your number one competition is customer service and getting things out, you know, quicker than the other guy, and they don't have nowhere near the amount of employees that PSA has. PSA doesn't have a lot of employees. They have like maybe 22 guys working there. SGC, I asked the guy at SGC, they're not at 22. So how can SGC can get cards out 10 times, and I'm talking 10 times faster than PSA, and they don't have
near the amount of employees that PSA is going to. I mean, I know PSA's volume's high, so that might be the reason. But SGC's no slouch. I mean, SGC's the guy told us at the last show that they're busy as hell. They're going up every year. They spent the last few years marketing, and now that they felt like they've marketed enough, their sales are going through the roof. They're going crazy sales. But if I don't have any SGC cards, no. And if I wasn't in so many freaking PSA set registries, I would switch to SGC. I didn't like the holders that first came out, the new holders that have the big labels on them now. They've grown on me now, and I actually like them. And I like the black trim around there. It makes the card pop. If I had one, I would show you guys, but I don't have an SGC card. I mean, I'm really starting to dig the holders on them. But, I'm a PSA guy. I'm in all the registries that I have to continue with them. You really think so? Joe Orlando's going to step down? Could happen. I didn't know Joe Orlando was still the CEO. I thought it was a guy named Sloan or something like that. I saw that it was somebody else. I didn't know that Joe Orlando still. I know he still had an affiliation with PSA, but I don't know if Joe Orlando's actually still the CEO. He could be. Oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Yeah, same here, Ed. I want to know what he's making. Dude, if it wouldn't cost me, I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds of PSA cards. It would cost me thousands to switch all my graded PSA cards to SGC. So I'm in for the long haul, with PSA because of all my registries and all the cards that. And if I start doing that and start transferring cards over and then say something happens to SGC, what if 5 years from now they get their hand caught in a cookie jar too? And then you got to switch over to another one. You got to remember one thing. Years ago, there was another card grader out there that was actually way bigger than PSA. They came out a little bit after PSA, but in the late 90s, let's see if you guys can think of who I'm talking about. What card grading company in, I'd say, late 90s, early 2000s, like from 98 to like 06, was the premier card grading company out there? It wasn't Beckett, wasn't SGC, wasn't PSA. And this card grading company is no longer in business. Can anybody think of who it is? It's not GMA, not SCD. You got it, Sports Card Guy, GAI. And I think they stood for Global Authenticators Incorporated or something. They were the premier grading company in the late 90s. And I have a friend of mine that has a ton of vintage cards like Satchel Paige rookie, Jackie Robinson rookie that are all GAI graded. So what's he going to do now? Switch them all to PSA, and now PSA is going through their thing, and then you got to switch them all to SGC. So that's the they I forgot what happened. I should have looked this up, but something happened to GAI. I think it was for fraud, and they stopped around 06, somewhere around 10 to 15 years ago. But GAI was the bomb. They were bigger than PSA, and PSA was they came out in 92. GAI came out a little bit after that, and everybody was submitting cards to GAI. I didn't like their labels personally, but they were bigger, and that's the problem. If you start switching over, it's like you're chasing these card grading companies. If you start going to PSA and then you're like, well, I'm going to SGC. And like I said, what if something happens to SGC and then you're going to switch to another company, and then 5 years later you switch to another company? That's the thing. The thing with PSA, they've been around the longest. Yeah, they might get hurt from what's going on right now, but I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I don't think they're going to shut shop down. They're still going to be around. they'll get a slap on the wrist, they'll get fines, they'll have their name kind of, blemished a little bit, that maybe people will start going to SGC and they'll lose a little. But when they've been around almost 30 years now, they came out, I think, in 1992. So they're in business 28 years, and they're the name. So I can't see, anything happening to PSA. Like I said, they'll probably get fined, a slap on the wrist. They'll lose maybe some sales or something like that over the next few months after, or a year after, or whatever. But I don't think they're going anywhere. Definitely in the past 10 years, grading has definitely stepped up. And that's because vintage stepped up. The year was 6 years ago, 2014. The Hank Aaron rookie started. That was the card that started it. Where we're at right now was the Hank Aaron rookie. In 2014, the Hank Aaron rookie started exploding. And then everything followed with all of the vintage cards. And then from vintage cards, it went to modern. And now the market is, well, before what's been going on for the past month, the market was the best I've ever seen, better than any time in the 90s. Before this coronavirus thing, the market was strong. Ed Wesker Griff could tell you at the last Philly show, people were just buying things like it was the last card on earth. It was just crazy. The market was just, without a doubt, and I've been collecting since 1979. The market was unbelievable. I had an Aaron rookie, John. I bought it raw from my LCS about a year and a half ago. Submitted it to PSA, came back a 1. But last year, I made some sales. I had some issues with the house and everything. Had to get some things and repairs, and had to get some things fixed, hot water heater tank, that sort of thing. So I sold my Trout rookie, sold my Hank Aaron rookie, and sold my Jeter rookie, and then sold about 10 cards from the 300 set. Now I'm getting a lot of those cards back. So I've got almost 10 of those cards back from the 300 card set. I still haven't gotten the Hank Aaron rookie back. I was looking maybe for that at the National this year in Atlantic City, but my goal for the Atlantic City was I was looking for a Koufax rookie and like a PSA 3, something 2.5 or 3. And I was looking for a Pete Rose rookie. If I couldn't find a nice Koufax or a Rose rookie, then I was going to get my Hank Aaron rookie back in like a 1. Yeah, a sports card guy, I've gotten a lot of those back. The Aaron was a 1, and I was fine with that. Cards like that on like a 52 Mantle, 54 Aaron, to me, I don't care what the grade is on that card, as long as I had that card. They could rip that card in half, tape it back together, and I'd still be happy with it. Yeah, I had that card in the 1. Ed was going to get the Trout update rookie. I could see that. But my goals were the Koufax rookie. I was looking for the Rose rookie and a 57 Mantle, because that was one of the cards I sold last year. I wanted it back. And a 60 Topps All-Star Mantle, because that was another card that I sold last year that I wanted back. So those are really the only cards left that I need back, is the Jeter rookie, the Aaron rookie, 57 Mantle, and 60 Topps All-Star Mantle. Not the regular Mantle, the All-Star. So those are the only 4 left that I need to get back from the cards that I sold, the cards I sold last year. So I did pretty good. I got about 75% of my cards back from last year. I sold like a total of close to 15 to 20 cards last year in like over a 2-month period. And I got more than half of them back. So I'm doing pretty good. You only need the Rose and Gibson rookies from 54 on. So that's cool. Yeah, what's up, Andy? How you doing, buddy? Staying safe, Andy? Yeah, Henry, I did sell some of them, but like I said, I got almost all of them back now. So like Garcia Parra was one of them. Where is the card that I picked up? In case you guys just coming in, this was my pickup for the 300 Great Card set. My 170th card of the set is the 92 Topps Traded. Topps Traded? Yeah, Topps Traded. Nomar Garcia Parra, gem in 10. A couple of glare lines going. I could see one going here, one up here. Pain in the butt. And there's the back of that. Okay. So 170th card. As far as like my long-term goal for this set, I'm not going to get all 300 cards. I'm looking at realistically, once I get into 200 and I have 170 now, I'll probably just focus more on the post-war rookie Hall of Fame set and doing player runs, because I'm doing about 5 player runs right now. Hank Aaron run, Reggie Jackson run, George Brett run, Johnny Bench run, and Steve Carlton run. So, yeah, you remember an NY Yanks fan? You remember that was my first mantle. I bought this 57 Topps mantle from my LCS. It was a PSA 4. Everybody said the same thing. I should have cracked that open, resent it in. It looked way better than a 4. It looked like a 6. It was unbelievable, and I paid $250 for it about 2 years ago. You couldn't get a 4 now for $250. It's more like $450, I'm going to say, for a 4 now. Gary, for the Koufax, I'm looking for a 3, a 2.5 or 3. Definitely no higher than a 3. Nobody has 300 cards, Ed. The guy that's number 1, I think he has maybe 260. Yeah, NY Yanks, for that to be a 4, to me, it had to be something maybe on the surface that you only could look at it under a loop. But the centering was spot on, sharp, razor sharp corners. The edges were pretty good, no creases. And, it must have been something in the surface. I sold that last year for like $350. And I've been looking just for the heck of it, see what they're going for now. Now they're going for like 4 something. So, and I can't find one as centered as the one I had last year. I mean, I'm finding some decently centered 57 mantles, but not like the one I had last year. That one I had last year was, oh my God, spot on 50-50 all the way around, top, bottom, left, and right. Beautiful 57. Top 5 most expensive cards. Wagner. God, off the top of my head, I'm drawing a blank here. Probably a card like Eddie Plank, the T205 Plank, Ty Cobb. Yeah, my LCS, he doesn't sell all graded cards, and most of his cards are raw, but he does have maybe 20% of his card collection in the store is graded, which I go every single Saturday, and tomorrow will be my 3rd Saturday in a row that I'm not going because it's closed down right now because of what's going on, and we don't know when he's going to reopen back up. Hopefully by June or July. Yeah, I would say the Lajoie, the Plank, and I was going to say Cracker Jack cards, any Cracker Jack cards. The Sporting News, Babe Ruth could be up there. The 1915 Sporting News Babe Ruth card could be way up there. Of course, the 52 Mantle is way up there. The Lajoie is way up there. Wagner, Ruth, Mantle, definitely. Actually, I have some other 300 cards here. This was the 168th card, the 91 Ultra update of another player that was awesome. 91 Ultra update, Juan Gonzalez. That was the 168. 169 was the Bagwell 91 Stadium Club. I don't know why they picked the Stadium Club Bagwell. Someone commented, you know, that they like the Bowman, and so do I. I'm not a big fan of Bagwell Stadium Club card. I mean, he's leaning up against the diving board. Whatever. Like, okay. And then this was 1/70th that I got this week. So, I don't know, Ed, when the last time a Wagner's been on sale. I have no idea. Hey, what's up? Remember the great sports. How you doing, buddy? There's like 70 some Wagners. Are you talking about the Tito 6 Wagner or all Wagners? Someone asked me earlier if I have any T206 cards. No, but I do have some tobacco cards. I have T205, which is the gold border cards. There's 3 cards in the 300 set that are T205s. The Tinker Chance to Evers, and I have the Tinker and no, I don't. I have the Chance. I have the Tinker and the Chance, and I need the Evers. But I don't have any T206 cards. Just T205. Once I, get enough cards for the 300 set, like 220, I'll start getting some T206 cards. Not any of the big guys like Cobb or anything like that. But actually, there is a T206 card in the 300 set that's affordable that I could get, and that's the Sherry Maggie or Maggie, not the error one. The error one's in the set too, but the corrected version of the T206 Sherry McGee is in there, and that's affordable. Not the error one. The error one is way up there. But the T206 Sherry McGee correct version, you can get a nice graded that card of the Sherry McGee in like a PSA 3 for like 150, 160 bucks for a 3, and it looks nice. That's something that's in my definitely less than a year from now card that I want to get is the T206 Sherry McGee correct version, not the error version. The error version is, that's like $1,000 to $3,000 card in a mid grade for that error version of the Sherry McGee. It's a misspelling on the card. Yeah, the Ramley. Oh, good question. Let's take a look here. Got the book right here. Right here. Go back to the beginning here. 1930s. No, we got to go further back than that. So, yeah, they have the Ramley Walter Johnson, the T209, T204 Ramley Walter Johnson. Here's some of the T. Wow, you should look at these cards for the T set. They got the green background Cobb, of course, the Eddie Plank, T206 Cy Young, which actually the T206 Cy Young is, that's not that out of reach. And both Sherry McGee. So let me show you the other ones first. Okay. There's the Plank. There's the green background Cobb, T206. And there's the Ramley Walter Johnson. Gary Bink Scott was asking about that. There's that. That's buku, Gary. The Ramley Walter Johnson's buku. And here on the other page, there's the 2 McGees I was telling you about, the error version and the correct. I can get the correct version. And the Cy Young is not crazy. I mean, it's not cheap, but you can get a T206 Cy Young for a decent price. Like, I'm not talking decent like $100, but you can get like a 1 for in the hundreds. Yeah, Gary, that card's amazing, man. That Ramley Walter Johnson. It's a beautiful card. So there's that page, and here's this one. Let's move on to the next page to see what other one. They got of course, the Wagner and the Christy Mathewson. There's the Mathewson, and actually that Mathewson too. Mathewson is an affordable player. If you guys are looking for some somewhat affordable tobacco cards, Mathewson is affordable, especially in the T205. You can get a T205 Mathewson in like maybe even a 2 for like $200, So, and we're talking Christy Mathewson. Cobb is up there. You know, Cy Young, like I said before, is doable. Christy Mathewson's doable. Cobb and Plank is way up there. Tris Speaker, the blue background Tris Speaker, one of my favorite cards. That's not in this set. My friends can't believe me. Here's the three that I'm talking about with the T205, the Tinker Chance to Evers. And I have the Tinker and the Chance. I need the Evers. So there's that page. And they have the Tris Speaker NY Yanks fan, but not the blue one. They have the T207, 1912 T207. This card right here, the brown one. I think this is much more money than the blue background Tris Speaker. They have a T207 Buck Weaver. Here's the Buck Weaver. Here's a Cracker Jack of, is that Shoeless Joe? Yeah, 1914 Cracker Jack Shoeless Joe. I mean, these are cards that I don't think I will be getting, but like I said, I can get the Cy Young, I can get a Mathewson, and of course the Sporting News, yeah, Babe Ruth, and then that is the Cracker Jack Ty Cobb. That's in the set. You have the Buck Weaver, John? That's a nice card, man. Here's one that I almost won last year that's doable. If you guys are looking for doable pre-war cards, when I say doable, I'm talking about in the hundreds, not thousands. Is the 1921 Nielson's Chocolate Rogers Hornsby. That's this card down here. Now, you won't believe, I mean, I'm thinking this card would be in the thousands. I missed out on it by like $100. So at least but it's a rare card. So the Nielsen's Chocolate Rogers Hornsby doesn't come up that very often. But that's something doable. There's a Freud Joy Babe Ruth card in here and the Nielsen's Chocolate Babe Ruth. These cards are really expensive. By the way, if you're looking for an affordable Babe Ruth card from his playing days, I recommend the 1932 Sinella Margarine. That's a beautiful card, number one. It's full color. It's got a beautiful pose of him in a full swing. That's on my bucket list to get a Babe Ruth card in his playing days. I'm not looking for that 48 Leaf Ruth or any of those other cards from after his playing days. But if you want an affordable Babe Ruth card in his playing days, 1932 Sinella Margarine, you can get that card, you know, for $200 in like a 4 too. Yeah, it's a big card, Gary. It's pretty big. They have the 33 DeLong, Lou Gehrig in here, U.S. Carmel, Rogers Hornsby. There's the Lajoie. Here's just to give you guys some idea what else is in the set. Here's this page. Yeah, the 61 Fleer Ruth. Speaking of Ruths, here's a somewhat affordable. The 33 Gaudy Dizzy Dean is doable for me. I can get that in like a 1 or a 2. All 4 Gaudy Ruths are in the set. You see those two and those two. Hack Wilson's definitely doable. Hack Wilson 33 Gaudy is definitely doable. You can get that car for like $100 or $200 in like a 3. Of course, there's 233 Gaudy Gehrigs. I have this Diamond Stars Mickey Cochran. Very affordable Diamond Stars. Here's another Diamond Stars that I can get. Ducky Medwick. That's something that I'm looking at. Yeah, and then they got the O-Pee-Chee Batter Up DiMaggio. Gaudy Heads Up Bob Feller. Favorite decade for cards? 50s. Favorite decade for baseball? Favorite decade for cards? 50s. 34 Gehrig. 34 Gaudy Gehrig 61 for years. 34 Gaudy. Is that in this set? I don't think that. Oh, it is. Card number 37. How about this one? Yeah, vintage oddball, strip card roofs. They're somewhat affordable too, if you're into the strip cards, which is cool. The other one above it. Oh, I didn't see that. This one here. Okay. (1934) Lou Gehrig was credited with 579 at-bats. In those plate appearances, he 1. Whacked 49 homers, 2. Collected 165 RBIs, 3. Drilled 40 doubles, 4. And led the league with a .363 average. What's even more impressive is that he struck out just a measly 31 times. So I'm trying to see why they did 234 Gaudis. The Gaudi Gun Company was onto something in 1934 when the company chose Gehrig to promote its baseball card set. Gehrig, after all, was a mother's dream. He loved his wife, respected his mama, and played a mean game of ball. And while Babe Ruth is mysteriously missing from this set, Gehrig has 2 cards in the 98 card offering. A picture of the Iron Horse can also be found on the fronts of 84 cards in the set, along with the words Lou Gehrig says. It was a superstar pitch about 60 years ago, 60 years before superstar pitches came into vogue. So I just don't want to make sure I miss any questions. Yeah, the strip cards are pretty. The 4-1 is affordable. And speak of the devil, the 35 Gaudi, 4-1. That's in the hundreds. It's Robert Moranville, Brandt, McManus, and Ruth. And what's cool about this Ruth card, it's with the Braves. Yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. It's not with the Yankees. It's with the Boston Braves. Meh. But it's in the set. I told you about the Feller. This card I came close to buying at the Philly show. This is doable for me. The 39 play ball DiMaggio. This is doable. The 41 play ball Pee Wee Reese. Here's the 40 play ball Williams, 40 play ball DiMaggio. Just giving you guys an idea of what's in this book, what's in the set. I keep forgetting this Phil Rizzuto's rookies in this set. 48 Bowman's Phil Rizzuto, 48 Bowman Yogi Berra, 48 Bowman Stan Musial, and 48 Leaf Honus Wagner, Babe Ruth, and 48 Leaf DiMaggio. .36 DiMaggio, not doable. 39 play ball or 48 Leaf DiMaggio. They're both somewhat affordable. I mean, oh, here's one that I can definitely get. 41 Gaudi Mel Ott, this blue card. That's something that's reachable. What page, John? This page? Yeah, he does look like Wilford Brimley. He does. Looks like Wilford. Quaker Oates. Keep you regular. Was it this page, John, or another page? Last. No. Was it this one? Be sure to get your oatmeal. Eat your oatmeal. Wilford Brimley. He was the manager in The Natural, right? Like, I meant if you like the 39 play ball. Oh, that's a good question. They're both really not that appealing looking. I mean, let's go take a look again. The 39 play ball DiMaggio. I mean, here you go. I mean, it's just kind of like a mugshot. You know, I mean, the 39 play ball Williams is awesome because at least he's in a pose, full swing. You know, the 39 play ball Ted Williams is awesome. The 39 play ball DiMaggio is just eh. Mel Ott's very underrated. Very underrated. I was talking about Mel Ott a couple weeks ago, how, you know, that dude was a great hitter. Here's something interesting you guys might want to know about. See these cards here from Swell Sports Thrills. Little story about this company. Swell is a company that made bubblegum. Swell Bubblegum Factory. They were located right here in this area, right outside of Philly in a town called Havertown, PA. And every day when I would walk home from high school, I would walk by the Swell Bubblegum Factory where they made cards and candy and bubblegum. And you could smell the sugar every time I would walk by the Swell Bubblegum Factory. But this card's not cheap. This 48 Swell Gum Sports Thrills number 12. This is Ruth crossing home plate, hands being shook by Lou Gehrig. This card, even in a one, is, $300 just for like a one because it's got both Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig on it. That ain't no cheap, card. And that card rarely comes up. I don't think I showed this page here. 48 leaf satchel, 49 leaf satchel, 49 leaf Ted, 49 leaf Stan Musial. I don't know. What do you guys think of the 49 leaf? These cards are $500 now. Yeah, I mean, I figured it definitely has gone up. But when I say reachable, I'm saying like, not something that's like $1,000 or something like that. It's not cheap, $500. Don't get me wrong, $500 is a lot of money for a lot of people, for me too. But it's something. When I say it's obtainable, it's something that you save your money, tax refund or whatever. You could. That's something that it's not out of the question, is what I mean. Like when a card gets to $1,000, $2,000 from me, that's just ship has sailed. You like the 49 leaf sports car guy? I don't know. It's just kind of something about it that I'm not that big of a fan of the 49 leaf. It's something that's kind of pastel-y. We're getting into the 50s now. 50 Bowman Jackie Robinson, awesome card. NY Yanks fan, didn't you just pick up recently the 50 Bowman Jackie? And that's the 50 Bowman Ted, 50 Bowman Yogi. These are all three, I think, are fairly attainable. The Ted Williams is, the Yogi is. Jackie's, the 50 Bowman Jackie is sort of up there. Here's one I've been looking at this week. It's 51 Bowman Yogi Berra. I just bought this one here, the 51 Tops. How many of you guys know there was a 51 top set? Everyone thinks 52 is the first top set. This right here. I got this Yogi. I'd love to get this Whitey Ford rookie. This one I'm looking at actually right now is a 51 Bowman Yogi Berra. This is totally affordable. You can get this in like a 2, maybe 3 for under $100. If it's over $100, not far over $100. I'm looking at this one too. I can't believe I don't have them. This is such a great card, 51 Bowman Warren Spahn. So I'm looking at the 51 Bowman Yogi and 51 Bowman Warren Spahn for next purchases in the very near future, like in the next month or two. Yeah, and of course the page that I will never, ever, ever touch. So, I mean, I don't want to bore you guys with every page in this book. I figured I've been on for an hour already. Holy crap. You guys have any questions or you want to chit chat about anything? I don't want to keep going on and on about the 300 book and bore you guys half to death. So I just figured I'd come on and show, my 170th pickup for the 300 set and get you guys into chatting. And Mike, what's going on, dude? Want to get you guys out and chatting and talking baseball cards and getting your mind off of what's going on. And I figure I'd show you that card and the Bobby Shantz autograph cards and some other pickups recently that I picked. Mike, I was just showing my 170th card, the 92 Garcia Parra. Actually, 168 was this. The 91 Ultra update, long gone. 169th card was this, which I picked up about a week ago. Oh, glare sucks, man. And 170th I picked up this week was this one. So bing, bang, boom, 3 in a row. Thanks, Mike. Nomar. What's up, Mark? What's up, dude? I'm hoping for a 10, probably a 9. Probably might get an 8. Damn, it got a 7. Anywho. Yeah, guys, I don't know if you guys want to still hang out. I've been on for an hour and 6 minutes. And if you guys have any questions, I wanted, the 2 questions I brought to you earlier was like, do you think there was going to be a baseball season this year? And yeah, Garrett, best soundbite ever. If you think there was going to be a baseball season this year, and if you think we're going to have a national, I'm going to say a no on both. You have a better shot of having a baseball season, I think, but I don't even know anymore if we're going to have a baseball season. If I had to bet today, I would say probably not. I just don't think it's really going to happen. What do I think them back this year? I'll be grateful. Yeah, Gar. Every time Mark plays it, and I remember that video. I remember doing that video. I can't remember the card. I think it was an '89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. I was praying for a 10, and I said it'll probably get a 9, but watch it get an 8. I opened it up, and it was a 7. Whatever. Yeah, man, if you're preparing for a sub, I think you're going to have a long wait. Do I have any binder purchases coming up? Yep, I do. I'm working. I've been doing sets, and my goal is I wanted to finish the 80s first, and I only have 2 years left from the 80s, 85 and 82 to finish. And I'm working on a 72 top set right now, and the 72 top set has 787 cards, and I'm up to about closing in on 500. They're in a binder. When I'm done that, I'll show you guys that set. 72 has grown on me big time. After 72, I'm going to get the 75 set. So, and I was hoping that this year I could finish 72 and then get the 75 set. But someone was asking me if I wanted to show another couple pages from the book. I went all the way up to the 50s here, showing you what cards were in my future agenda. Here's a card in my future agenda from the 50s. Is this one here, the Red Heart Stam Usual. Beautiful card. That one and this one over here. Gary, you said you were looking to get the Satch, 53 top Satch. This is in my future, like by summer. This one here. This I was aiming for the National. If the National happens, this was one of my goals, was not only the Koufax rookie, the Rose rookie, 57 mantle, 60 tops All-Star mantle, and I was hoping for a 54 Red Heart Usual. Those were my huge goals for the year. This page here, let's see, you got the Mantle Griffey card from the 90s. Prop, maybe. This I had last year. I'm hoping to get back very soon. These 2 Ted Williams cards, if you're looking for doable, are definitely doable in a low grade. This 54 Bowman Mays is doable. The Duke Snyder is doable. This is very tough. Very tough. It's not cheap. That card, the history behind that card should have never been released, the 54 Bowman Ted Williams. What cards do you guys think, if you guys know this set, what cards are you shocked are not in this set? I'll tell you one card that I'm shocked that is not in this set, and it's the 54 Wilson's Wilson Wiener's Ted Williams. People think that Ted Williams' most valuable card is the 39 play ball or his 54 Bowman. Take a look at his 54 Wilson Wiener's card. That card is very rare and very, very expensive, and it's incredibly beautiful looking. I don't know. I was going to ask Mike Payne when I had him on about some certain cards that I thought he missed, but he did say to me that he is thinking about revising this book, but not adding on, maybe taking some off. He's not sure yet of either taking some off and adding different ones on, or revising it and adding like another 100 cards and calling it the 400 great baseball cards, but it still would be of the 20th century. Yeah, Bart, the 54 Wilson Franks, I'm telling you, a friend of mine bought one in an authentic, and paid $750 for a PSA authentic Wilson Wiener's Ted Williams, $750 for an authentic. I'm telling you, that card is really beautiful, beautiful looking card. It's a white card, beautiful pose on there, and that's really up there. And I was going to ask Mr. Payne, that card, you know, he missed big time. The worst card in this list, that's easy. Mike Baseball Collector can tell you. I've told him, Mike, about this card that I can't stand from the 70s. I'll give you guys a hint. It's from the 70s. Mike Baseball Collector knows what card I'm talking about. This card is retarded. Don't know why this card's in there. Is Mike still in here? Mike, if you're in here, you know what card. Yes, NY Yanks fan got it. That card is so dumb. I'll show you the card in a second. This one. Why? I remember watching this on TV. He went up against the former Phillies backup catcher named Johnny Oates. And it was Joe Garagiola had this contest one Saturday afternoon. And it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just stupid. The Oscar Gamble is something that I scratch my head at. You know, like I'm scratching my head now. Like I just don't understand why the bubblegum blowing champ Kurt Bavakwa card and the Oscar Gamble. I mean, that card's in there because of the afro. Pretty much, you know. So I'm thinking about wrapping it up. I've been on for way over an hour. And looks like there's a transgender African-American a transgendered African-American Princess Leia. I would agree with that. What card should be on the list that he missed? Well, the Wilson Wiener's Ted Williams for number one. Then there's some guys who made it into the Hall of Fame in the 90s that Vladimir Guerrero, the 95 Bowman's Best. You know, I mean, let's go to the 90s just for the heck of it. You know, I showed you the Garcia Parra and the Bagwell, but I'm trying to think what other cards he has in the 90s in here. All right, so here's the 90s. He has the Bo Jackson card, the Sammy Sosa, Frank Thomas. And that's not the no-name Frank Thomas. That's just the base. Stadium Club Bagwell, the 90 score Reggie Jackson autograph card, which I don't have, or 90 Upper Deck. Here's some other cards from the 90s. The Pudge rookie, two chipper rookies, Nomar, Juan Gonzalez, the Joe DiMaggio autograph card. Two Piazza rookies. Someone was asking earlier about this card, the Mantle and Griffey card. I don't know if you guys know, there's different versions of the card. There's cards of just Griffey autograph, then there's cards of just Mantle autograph, and then there's the card with both of them autographed. I didn't know that till recently. The Jeter rookie's in there, the A-Rod rookie's in there. And then in 95, there's nothing in here from 1995, and you had Vladimir Guerrero's rookie card was in there. Here's some of the other cards from the 90s. Sammy Sosa Leaf signature. Michael Jordan. That card shouldn't be in there. Sorry. That card should not be in there. Jimmy Fox back card. Some McGuire card in there. 97 Upper Deck game jersey, Ken Griffey Jr. And then the last two cards. So there's not a lot of cards from the 90s. There's a Babe Ruth back card. That card is buku expensive. And this took me forever to find, but I do have that. So there's some cards in there. I had a list in my head. I can't remember now. The Sammy's not that tough. I've seen it come up for sale once a month, once every month and a half. Then it's the 96 Leaf signature autograph card of Sammy. That has come up, but it hasn't been coming up graded. It's been coming up raw. And raw, it's going for a little over $100, $120, $150, somewhere around there. But do I want to spend $120 on a Sammy Sosa autograph card right now when there's so many other cards? If Sosa was a Hall of Famer, maybe I would. Let me show you that. Here it is. This card here. In 96, Leaf had a signature series extended. There was a whole bunch of cards that were autographed, and they picked Sammy Sosa. So, well, I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I've been on for an hour and 17 minutes. Again, I just wanted to show you the 170th card of the set. 92 tops traded. Nomar Garcia Parra rookie and a gem in 10. I appreciate all your likes and comments. And, stay safe out there, and, keep yourself busy. Oh, a programming note. I'm doing a sports card talk episode tomorrow night with my partner, my co-host, Mike, This Baseball Card Life. And we're having Bart, the PSA guy on here. There's a new book out from Mike Payne doing the top 100 football cards of all time. And we're going to have Bart, the PSA guy, on tomorrow night. I don't know if the video will be up by tomorrow night. It'll probably be up by Sunday night. But myself and Mike, This Baseball Card Life, will have Sports Card Talk episode number 7, I think. If not 7, it's 8. Of interviewing Bart, the PSA guy, on the Mike Payne's top 100 football cards. So, yeah, Bart has an incredible football card collection, definitely. That's why we're going to have him on. So stay tuned for that. And no, it's not going to be live, Gar. We're just going to record the video tomorrow night, and then Mike has to do editing on it. And so probably, hopefully by Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, I'll upload it and show you guys that video. That should be fun. So we're going to, and Bart lives in the West Coast, so it's going to be like 10 o'clock my time here, and it'll be like 8 o'clock Bart's time. And then by the time we get done editing it and stuff like that. Yeah, trying to keep your guys' minds off of things. It's just a weird time right now. It's don't watch the news. I stopped the news at least a week ago. I don't watch any of it anymore, and it's for things like this, for you guys, and staying on here and talking cards and just talking baseball and keeping our minds focused and keeping our minds sharp and keeping our minds off of things. And, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So, just be grateful for what you have, and hang in there. We'll get through this. We'll get, like we get through everything else, and we'll come out better people in the end, hopefully. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Made it a lot fun tonight, and I hope it was fun for you. I didn't think it was going to be on this long. I guess I talk a lot. Jesus God. So, all right, guys, I'm going to cut it off, and I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much, and stay safe, stay in, don't go nowhere. watch MLB Network, watch the old games, and keep watching YouTube, keep making content because we need the content. All right. And hang in there, guys. All right. And we'll be all right. Thanks again. I appreciate you guys for coming on. And this was a lot of fun. So take care, guys. Have a great night. Keep on collecting and have fun with it. Take care. God bless, guys. Take care.